Good morning, guys. It's Donald and Mary, and we're here to bring you your morning weather report from Blairsville, Georgia, mile 31 of the Appalachian Trail. And so Mary's going to start with the weather and water, and then after we'll move on to a little bit of chill chatter of what's going on out here in the world of hikers. All right, Mary, go ahead.
All right, Donald, thank you.
You're welcome.
Good morning, everybody. Right now in Blairsville, it is 40 degrees and clear. We're going to have a high today of 75 with a mix of clouds and sun. And then tonight, 47 degrees, mostly clear skies. It will give way to a few little showers, about 60% chance of those showers. And winds are between 5 and 15 miles per hour today and tonight. Up on Blood Mountain today, 65 degrees for a high. It will be mostly sunny. The winds will be 10 to 15 with gusts up to 35. And then tonight, 43 degrees, and it will rise to 50 degrees overnight. Rain showers are possible after 1 a.m. There is an 80% chance of rain. And then 15-mile-per-hour winds with gusts up to 35. Water is good on the trail right now. All right, Donald, what else are we talking about today?
All right, so excuse me. All right, so northbounders, we have 2002. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about the two hiker registry. I apologize. We're looking at 2,275 northbounders. Flip flops, we're looking at 115. Sobos, 4. And so we are definitely steadily rising on the numbers of northbounders or registries or people that are people that register registering for the northbound through hike. And so just in the last 3 weeks or so, or maybe 4 weeks, I lose track of times. We're always moving, but just in the last 3 or 4 weeks, I think I've seen this jump up about 1,000 people, man, easily. Super exciting.
That's right.
Yesterday, did you talk about our high fire danger for North Georgia?
No, I did not.
Okay, so we do still have a high fire warning out here in North Georgia and North Carolina too, and parts of Tennessee, just the southeast here. Not just like this area. It's just really dry, guys. And not only is it dry, it's windy. And once this is what happened back in 16 with the fires. There's actually numerous fires. When we had a guy fly in from Canada yesterday, and he said it was a really easy to come over here, but in April it's going to be a little bit hard, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. We were actually going to talk about it the other day, but we've been so busy with just buying cars and trying to get everything, making sure that everyone still gets where they need to go, and so we're just cramming stuff in between things, and it's been a wild couple days out here, man. But we will get back to the Canada border and what we're hearing from the Canadians that are crossing over, and what's going to be happening in the future, and what they're looking at, and why people are feeling the way they are about coming over here, and yada yada yada. So that all being said, be aware, guys, that there's a fire. There's fire everywhere. Fire danger everywhere. High fire warnings.
The conditions are just perfect for them, and we got to be very careful with everything that we do out here.
And so I don't mean to interrupt you, man, but what I was getting to was the Gatlinburg fires. When they struck up, if you go back into the papers in 2016, the chimneys up by, you can see them from Newfound. Someone started a fire up there. Allegedly, 2 kids were striking matches and flicking them on the ground that were reported being seen doing this. Somehow it got brushed under the rug. I guess one of the kids' mothers was a police affiliated with the police, like somehow, and somehow 14 people died in this fire, and no one got in trouble for it, even though, I mean, you can't blame the kids, but I mean, I don't know. But the reason why that fire got so big is because of the high winds. And what happened is the whatever towns, I think it was Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, they got together and said, this is what the newspaper said. They got together and said, let's just let it burn. And then all of a sudden, this windstorm came through and just ignited it up, and it caught some stuff on fire. It killed 14 people. It burned down Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. And that's how quick that can happen, guys. So please, man, when they say the fire bans,
that's right.
Make sure, man, if you're gonna do a fire, man, just be wearing what's got, guys. Please, man, because it's once it happens, you can't stop it. It's out of control. There's nothing you can do except for watch it light up, and
it goes fast. That fuel is super dry.
So the floor is just covered with dry leaves and the trees, man. Like Florida, when that place starts burning, all those pine trees, man, and the light or not, or fat or not, whatever you like. It's all over the side of the roads. When we were hiking the Florida Trail, man, you had to do some road hikes, and we pull off the side, and we'd get up into off the side of the road, and it's all pine, right? Well, the ground, man, we started to realize was all the like chips was light or not. I was like, dude, this whole floor here is light or not. You just pick it up and go in the woods and start a fire, in a designated area. But I was just like, no wonder their whole place catches on fire and out of control, man. You know what I mean? Dude, like that was chipped up like mulch, wasn't it, dude? I'm not even kidding. All down the side of the highway. And so that was years ago. I don't remember where that was, but it was somewhere on the Florida Trail somewhere. Anyways, that was back in 13, 14 there. Okay. That all being said, just be aware of the fires. Put them out. Make sure they're out. That little ember, a little bit of wind pushing through those rocks and cracks, man, makes a perfect little air tunnel, man. Get that stuff flaring back up. Next thing you know,
doesn't take long.
Does not. All right, next. Let's see. Yesterday, it's been a real crazy time out here, man, for us. And so we did have a transmission problem, which I kind of suspected. But yesterday, I finally got down to the vehicle we've been trying to get to it for a couple of days, but we have been so slam packed. Well, the moment it broke, I knew I needed another vehicle. So what I did was I started to call around. I had already been searching for vehicles anyways. And so I kind of had an idea on what, where, and how to do it. I already know this anyways, because I always have a plan B, plan C, and a plan D if plan A is gone.
Yeah, you have to have backup plans.
Because the thing is, man, is we didn't miss a beat, actually. We were an hour late for a ride, man, but an hour late for a ride, man, out of everything that's going on, dude, definitely. Is I don't know.
We made it all work.
I don't know how either. Just nonstop, straightforward motivation, adrenaline. We are beat, man. We haven't slept in a couple days or ate right or anything, man. And so, like yesterday, man, we were able to go down, get a car, get to the airport, got Jordan. So we had an airport one at 1:30. We had an airport going out of Neal's Gap at 9:30. I had an 8:00. A 9:00 going from the shop to the top of the mountain. So what we did was we had no vehicle to get anywhere. Had Sly pick the people up at or meet the people at the shop that needed to go to Neal Gap. They swung by here, picked us up along the way to Neal Gap, dropped us off at Neal Gap. We met Jordan with the other rider, rode down with them towards the airport because the car place was, along the way. Got dropped at the car place, already bought the car. So all we needed to do was finish it up, pick it up, get on road. Pick it up, get gassed up, get down to Atlanta Airport, pick up our rider, get him up to Amicalola, had a phone call from Hightower, got to Hightower, man, picked our riders up. They were super cool, and we ended up back at our house, man, and chilled out for a second. During that time, I scheduled numerous rides, and Jordan was actually dropping his Deep Gap. I receive a call from Nate Garifunacolis, the traveling light shuttle service, saying there is a person on the BMT that needs assistance. I get a text from a woman that says, they urgently ASAP need their husband to come out of the woods at the BMT at Big Fat Gap. And so that's off the BMT. It's up by It's in Robbinsville, but it's also the gate was closed, and it caused some issues, man. And this dude needed to get out of the woods, and so that's for we actually are gonna do a split show for that, man. It's a whole different story, man, because we actually want to discuss unprepared hikers that. I mean, I don't want to tell anyone where they should be or where they shouldn't be, but I am going to talk about being unprepared, not knowing the area, not knowing where you are at all, and not even being able to tell anyone where you are. We got like this garbled, confusing message, the ASAP my hunt. And so Ron Brown also, it's Ron, Nate, and like I was getting texts from everywhere, like this guy needed to come out of the woods. And so we just want to go ahead and talk about being unprepared and how dangerous it can be to be out here and in the middle of the night hiking down some dirt road and just not knowing where you're at. It's really dangerous. This person had no maps, didn't have any type of like what do you call it?
Far out.
Not even no far out. But he also didn't have any knowledge of how to use technology or anything. And so this man was in the middle of nowhere up there in North. That's like the middle of nowhere. I call this down here. You're kind of in the, but we can get to you here. This is a safe spot. That up there is big country. Like that's deep in the middle of nowhere. That's where people get hurt. And this man actually almost walked off the side of the mountain a couple times while Jordan was bringing him down the mountain. So what should have happened there is he should have stayed overnight, but it's for another story. That is some scary stuff, and we will talk about that in another. We'll make another what do you call it?
Another
show.
Yes.
And so we were able to get people back to their cars. So we got the phone calls. We set that all up. Got Jordan up there to Robbinsville after his Deep Gap. I sent him that way to Robbinsville. And so Deep Gap, North Carolina, mile 85. He had a drop there from Asheville. Mary and I went down to the airport, picked that dude up, picked up the Horse Gap. I think it's a hotel. I mean Horse Gap. I'm sorry. I'm tired, man. Horse Gap, and then we got him back up to Stanimals up there at Dix Creek. And after we came home, and actually we worked on that ride because when we really discovered that road is actually closed, and so it was a 6.8 mile walk up in there, and so what was supposed to be a few hour shuttle. Right. And so we were also on the phone when we got back here talking and trying to figure out like what's going on, man. And so it was really hard, man,
it was.
So we got back here, ate some food and scheduled stuff, and then I stayed in contact with Jordan till about, I think he got out of the forest at 11:30.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Okay, and then so we did purchase a new car yesterday, or a new older car. We got a 07 RAV4, man, which is doing all right. It's going into the shop. We're going to be getting it checked out and worked on. And so the Subaru transmission's gone. It's getting picked up. I have Jordan going down to meet the tow man. It's in Dahlonega. I went to it yesterday, man, and it's definitely the transmission. It's unfortunate. That's just the way the game's played. We'll go ahead and start hustling as hard as we can to earn the money to go ahead and get that transmission fixed without touching any of our other money, because that's kind of how you have to do it. There's a pop out, man. That's and right. So that car's going to need work too, the RAV. So we're going to be kind of like just switching back and forth, man. And once we get these cars tight, they're going to be solid cars. I believe that RAV is a pretty good buy, man. It was a really nice buy, dude. It was a much better buy than the Subaru.
It definitely.
That Subaru, man, was a desperation. We needed it immediately buy. Like, our car broke down, the starter went in it, and we don't like a space. And when we went down to rent the car in Cleveland, they played a game with us, man. And, they changed. There's just a game. and we'd been renting cars from them for years
Right.
too, and they're like treating us good on the phone. But when we got there, it was a whole different story, and I'm very disappointed in Enterprise actually for doing that, because we've given them a lot of money, man. And they were like, "Oh, we love you guys," you know what I mean? And then you get there, dude, and the guy almost just like spit on us. It's like, might as well have. But anyways, the point was, I went down and bought a car. I just went, bought it, got it on the road, got it insured, and we just kept moving. And that's what we've been doing ever since. And I put $5,000 into something, man. And put another $6,000 into it for transmission, be 11 grand plus the extra, whatever the initial cost of buying the car was. So, 15, 20 grand into it, man. But the thing is some people may not understand all the parts we're putting on there are all the parts we want to put on there. Meaning, like, I could go out and buy a brand new car. And this is how I pointed out, this is how we have gone out and brand new cars. And honestly, I would rather spend like 20 to 25 grand on a car and put parts like 10, 15 grand into it and build my car to spec. I know what I've done to the car. So I'm going to go put a new tranny in it. And that will be our transmission. And I will service that transmission every 20,000 miles like it should be serviced, and not have to count on maybe this person before me, the 5 people before. Hopefully they did it. I don't think that's what happened with the Subaru. It's taken a lot of work, man, and there's a lot of things wrong with it that shouldn't have been wrong with it. I think it hit something. I think someone hit something with that really hard and bent the strut. And so these are the things that, how can I say it? Like, that's why I got away from the used cars, is because I didn't want to deal with this anymore, because I was always working on cars, the Subarus, and just chasing the fix. And so I wanted to step away from it and buy new cars. But I found that
there's a fine line as to what one actually is better. And we have found that what we are doing now, like when we bought our very first Subaru, is what works.
It is, man. It is, and it might be a headache right now, and it might cost a lot of money, but once it gets going, man, right, we'll know what's up with the cars. It'll be our builds. It's just that I think this is the answer, even though we look like tired and beat, and we are, but this is the answer, and it's a little bit of hard work, man. It's all good.
It is.
All right. That all being said, we're gonna get the Subaru up here today. Let it sit for a minute. Bust our asses really hard, man. Make $6,000. Get that thing in the shop and fixed.
That's right.
That all being, it's going to the shop. But I'd like to make $6,000 like in that month's time extra to fix it. Hopefully we can. I don't know. We'll try our best though, and if we can get close, I'm happy. You know what I mean, man? Before, I would have been out of my mind buying that car. Would have already been in the shop, and I would have been trying to get $6,000 somewhere or another just to get it back up. But today, I won't do that. What I'll do is we'll get through this, man. And I think things are done or things happen for a reason, and so it's all good.
Very true.
It's all good. Anyways. So that all being said, I think that's about it for today, guys. Do you have anything else you'd like to say? I don't have
anything else at the moment, no.
All right. I want to say that the Grateful Hiker is doing well, and people are hanging out there, and Sly is a blessing. And I don't even have to do anything, man. He just does it. And I'm super happy, man.
I am too. I'm very, very happy about it.
And so we will definitely 2 thumbs up to our brother Sly for taking care of our shop. 2 thumbs up for Jordan, man, for being a man, and not just a man. That dude is a solid dude, man. I can't say more. That dude is a solid dude, though, man. And I will protect that dude till the end. And so that dude has earned our respect, and hopefully we've earned his. And so, because it's a two-way street. But these two cats are great team members, and so I want to say that the Grateful Hiker is going well, because Sly is there and people are coming
Oh, yes,
down and
definitely.
visiting. So thank you, everyone, man. Did you have anything else you'd like to say?
No, I'm good, but like Donald said, thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you. If anyone needs anything at all, give us a call. I've got videos I'm going to put up today. I'm pulling Jordan off road today early. He's going to the airport, going to Amicalola real quick, stopping there for the hiker to grab a tag and sign in real quick. I don't know if he's doing the show, is he,
I'm
the
not sure yet.
presentation? But then after he has to go to Springer, and then he'll head down to Dahlonega to the car. He'll wait there for the tow truck, and then get the car back here. And then Jordan's coming home.
Yep.
He's coming off trail. Same with Mary. She's got one ride up at Waya. After that, she's coming home, and then we're gonna rest. Well, of course, we'll do our stuff
Of course.
and run town runs with Sly, but otherwise than that, man, we're still here. Doesn't matter if we're taking a break. We're still here, and if there's an emergency, we're going. I don't care how tired we are. We go. And so, if anyone needs anything at all, give us a jingle, okay, kids? One love. Peace.